How's it going, guys? This is Islade here, bringing you um, the Week 1 PMC Team Builder against D-Pad Gamer, aka Devin, aka the coach of the Orlando City Serperiors. And yeah, so we are, as you can see, my team's on the left. If you didn't check the draft analysis, I'll leave a link in the description for that if you want to go check out my analysis for the teams. So yeah, D-Pad Gamer, obviously you can see his draft on the right. And what I think his biggest threat is, actually, no, I'm going to change that. His biggest threat, actually, in my opinion, is Mega Lopunny, because I don't have, like, a reliable check to that thing, but I'll get into that. So, yeah, basically, you can see his team there. I'll just go over his team real briefly here. He's got the Flygon. I believe it's only hazard removal, unless Drifloon or Whimsicott gets the fog, but I don't think so. Or, no, I think Drifloon gets the fog, but not Whimsicott. But yeah, hazard removal with defog. Guessing that's why I picked it up. It's also got decent coverage with Fire Blast and Draco. It can be run a bunch of different ways, but yeah, it lacks a little bit on the special offensive presence. But I know how deadly that thing can be because I did use a Scarf variant and I cleaned up the game in the FPL finals with the Scarf Flygon. So anything could happen. He might bring that, he might not. So. Next up, Mega Lopunny. That thing's, you just can't say enough about that thing. It's such a threat. It gets a bunch of different coverage moves. It can also use like Baton Pass and Encore and a bunch of different things. So overall, it's a great mod to have, and it's scrappy. So in some ways, it's better than Mega Medicham, just because Scrappy can just guarantee that high jump kick and land, unless you run Protect. Yeah, unless you run Protect, that is. So, Jirachi, Choice Scarf Jirachi is just insane. Like, Iron Heads and Headbutt, just flinch shenanigans. It looks adorable, but then you play it, and after the game, you just absolutely hate it because it's just gonna flinch you. Like, 60% chance to flinch with Iron Head. Like, you don't even have to be powerful. If you just flinch them every single time, that's all that matters. So yeah, but it's also got different options. It can set up with Calm Mind. It can go for the rocks. It can go for Thunder Wave, Wish, U-turn, a bunch of different coverage moves as well. So yeah, next up, Whimsicott. Whimsicott's this interesting Pokemon. Like, it's always a maybe. It's great in League format because you can tailor it to be whatever you need it to be against your opponent, whether it be offensive, supportive, Memento, Cotton Guard, Stun Spore, Tailwind, Encore, a bunch of different things. Subseed. So yeah, that thing's scary. It's also a fairy type. Next up, Drifloon. Drifloon might come. I actually think it might come, but it's honestly scary for Mega Scizor because it can live hits from it. It can Will-O-Wisp back. It has Aftermath, which is annoying. It has Unburden. It can do a lot of different shenanigans. So it's actually a pretty solid pick on his part. And then he's got the Manaphy. I don't know why we let this man get Mega Lopunny, Jirachi, and Manaphy all on one team. That's insane, but he has it. It's incredibly powerful. It's honestly another adorable little thing that it's not as annoying as Jirachi, but it's so powerful and so good. Calm Mind, Rain Dance, Rest sets. Well, those are like two different sets. U-turn and knockoff for supportive utility stuff. But then it's just got the Tail Glow, Surf. It's just got decent coverage as well. Shadow Ball, Psychic, Energy Ball, Ice Beam. Again, you can't say enough about Manaphy. Next up, Umbreon. Umbreon's a good Cleric. It's a good Wish Passer, but I don't know if he'll bring it. Just because I do have Hitmonlee and Mega Scizor, so that's a thing. But who knows? He might bring it for Foul Play, but yeah, it's still very bulky. Next up, Darmanitan. Darmanitan is so powerful, dude. There's very little switch-ins if you're not a water type. I do have Jellicent, but it can still U-turn out. It's a great Choice Scarf mod. It's got decent coverage and Superpower, Earthquake, Rock Slide. It doesn't get knockoff, but that's fine. It's just really powerful. Regirock. Regirock is actually pretty good against Scizor because it can Fire Punch. It can live a +2 Bullet Punch and then Fire Punch back to do a lot of damage, so that's actually insane. It can also get Weakness Policy, but the thing's very versatile. You see it get picked up in many different leagues, so that's pretty much, It's used in a bunch of different leagues. It's put on drafts, but it's just not used very much, unfortunately, just because sometimes it gets outclassed. But yeah, next up, Jirachi Raichu. Raichu's next. It's a good pick. Trust me, it is deceivingly powerful, but I think it gets outclassed. Like, it's very fast, but only base 90 special attack and attack. I think gets Iron Tail, Focus Blast, Hidden Power, Volt Switch, Lightning Rod is cool, but I don't ultimately think he's gonna bring it. It's just it's really frail on the physical side, and but it's a good pick. I admire him picking up Raichu because I can definitely put in some work for him in this season. So, lastly, he's got the Mega Slowbro, not Mega Slowbro, the regular Slowbro, which is very good. Unfortunately, it just gets OHKO'd by a +2 Bug Bite from Scizor, which is really good. And that's just how it rolls. Unfortunately, it does wall some of my team, which is a bit unfortunate, like I said, but it's just a great defensive wall overall. Like, talking about it from at a glance instead of just looking at my team and matching it up against my team. Like, it's still like I shouldn't really do that. I should, you know. So yeah, sorry about that. Just whatever. Okay. Yeah. So it's physically defensive and stuff. So let's get right into the team here. I have Apollo, Clefable, Berry with the Thunder Wave, Volt Switch, Focus Blast, and Fire Blast. Um, let's just go over the set real quick. I have the Berry because Jirachi's Iron Head is annoying. If we can take one of those and not get flinched, we can T-Wave it and then proceed to Fire Blast it. It's not going to kill, but it's going to do a good amount. Then Moonlight because for some reason Soft Wheel didn't work with this set, and that's annoying, but whatever. Moonlight is fine. It still does what it has to do. And then Moonblast just for stab. So yeah, this thing can also take an Iron Tail from Mega Lopunny. I originally had it as fully specially defensive. I'm actually gonna change this to Magikarp. I can't. Oh well. This thing's a great Manaphy switching kind of. Here, let me mute my real quick. I'll be right back. There you go. I'm back. Okay, so yeah, it can take an Iron Tail from Mega Lopunny, Iron Tail from Flygon. Just I don't know, freaking. That's pretty much it. Iron Tail from freaking Raichu. We in here. So that's pretty cool. Just a good. I was originally bringing this thing specially defensive to deal with Manaphy, unaware for Tail Glow, but this is kind of a backup for Manaphy. That's why it's not fully specially defensive. Just to take hits all around just a little bit better. Next up we have Gligar, Eviolite, enough speed to. Okay, let me talk about the set real quick. Stealth Rocks, I originally had Defog, but it was incompatible with immunity. You can't have immunity and Defog, I think, which is a bit unfortunate. I still wanted immunity though, so I could status absorb. But yeah, so Stealth Rocks, Agility, Earthquake, and Roost, which is pretty cool. I'm digging this set. Basically, we can one-on-one Mega Lopunny. Mega Lopunny does 2 KOs with the Ice Punch, but if we get an Agility up as he goes for Ice Punch, we can live a return plus Ice Punch, and like return as I switch in and then Ice Punch. I can go for the Agility the turn he goes for Ice Punch, and then I can Roost up, get rid of my Flying typing for the turn, and then Ice Punch will be doing significantly less damage, I should say. Even though I'm not fully physically defensive, I can still take an Ice Punch. So that's cool. And then just, again, the speed is for, the speed is to outspeed an Adamant Scarfed Jirachi. And if he's Jolly, then he can't 2KO me with Ice Punch. So if he's Jolly Scarfed, then he cannot 2KO me with Ice Punch. And Earthquake is a solid 2 KO, as long as he's offensive. So that's cool. Next up, we have, okay, this is not your Chubs. Jeez, man. I actually might not be able to change that because my team's already getting genned as we speak. But anyway, Mega Scizor, basically, Bullet Punch, Bug Bite, Swords Dance, U-Turn. I was gonna run some kind of not weird set, but I definitely wasn't gonna run Swords Dance. But then I looked at his team and I'm like, if I get rid of Darmanitan, um, then I can set up with Swords Dance against like Slowbro or I don't know Umbreon or Whimsicott, and just destroy things like or even Drifblim. I mean, it's probably gonna Will-O-Wisp me if it comes, but or Manaphy, but that thing's probably gonna 2K me with Surf or Scald or whatever. It's gonna definitely be hard to set up, but yeah. So I have Bullet Punch, Bug Bite, Swords Dance, and U-Turn. U-Turn's just because if it does bring that Darmanitan, I want to be able to U-Turn against it. Because if I get this thing out on like something that doesn't want to stay in against me, like Umbreon or like Raichu or Slowbro or probably Whimsicott, he's not gonna want to stay in. Like I can just U-turn out, predicting that Darmanitan. If I have Rocks up, that's gonna be nice. If I have Rocks up and I U-turn against the Darmanitan, the next time he comes in, and I can just go for Sword Dance and then Bullet Punch him. Bullet Punch does 55 to 65% to him, to an offensive Darmanitan. A little bit of speed there just in case his Umbreon wants to come and speed creep me and foul play, because that would hurt a lot. Next up is Mutiny, my Hitmonlee. I originally wanted to do a Likey Berry, a natural gift set with a natural gift grass to hit the Manaphy, but I ultimately decided to kind of go out of my comfort zone and bring Choice Scarf, Reckless, Hitmonlee with High Jump Kick, Knockoff, Poison Jab, and Rapid Spin. So pretty self-explanatory. I originally had Close Combat over Rapid Spin before I had to get rid of Defog on Gligar, but then I'm like, since I had to get rid of Defog on Gligar, I just said, okay, let's just put Rapid Spin on this thing. I wanted Close Combat just in case he knows, just in case he has Wish Protect on Umbreon, and he knows I have High Jump Kick, so he can go for Protect, and I take half damage, just in case. But again, I don't expect him to bring Umbreon, so we should be good in that department. Only thing is that Slowbro can switch in reliably against this thing, and if he brings Drifblim, it's not a guaranteed High Jump Kick. But other than that, this thing can really damage his team a lot if we get things whittled down with the rocks. So yeah. Next up is actually my Manaphy switch in every single time. We have Assault Vest, Kyurem with Dragon Pulse, Ice Beam, Earth Power, and Shadow Ball. This thing is to take on the Manaphy with almost max HP, 4 in defense, 4 in special attack plus modest nature, and 252 in special defense. Basically, I went modest because look at this. Even with max special defense and like no special attack, my special attack is still higher, so modest just gets the most out of my stats, modest is the nature that gives me the most basically. But I can, yeah, saying I switch in, say I switch in with Kyurem, and he goes for Tail Glow with Manaphy, I can take any hit. His strongest move, barring like an HP Rock or HP Dragon or something, like barring any of those, I can, like barring a hidden power, I can go for a Dragon Pulse. He's gonna outspeed me, but his strongest thing to hit me with is like Ice Beam or Psychic or something like that. But basically a base 90 power move, and that's not even gonna be, as a rare chance to be a 3-hit KO. It does like 29 to 34%. I think that's what the calc said. This might be different since I'm modest, but that's if he is modest. Leftovers. If he's modest Life Orb, he still cannot 2-hit KO me, but he can 3-hit KO. He can 3-hit KO me. So Dragon Pulse, Ice Beam, just Tool Stab, and then Earth Power for Jirachi and Darmanitan, and Raichu, and Regirock. So that's cool. And then Shadow Ball for the Slowbro. That's literally it. Because Earth Power Earth Power does more than Shadow Ball, so I'd be going for Earth Power against Jirachi. I mean, I wouldn't stand on Jirachi, but just in case. So last but not least, we have Miracle, our Rotom Wash with the Choice Scarf, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Overheat, Hidden Power Ice. I wanted to go Will-O-Wisp, but I didn't think it was good. I needed something to hit the Flygon, because otherwise the Flygon switches in every time. I can predict that and go for Will-O-Wisp, but I just felt like Hidden Power Ice would be better. Plus, it's a decent middle ground play against like things like Drifblim, that Whimsicott as well. We can just go for HP Ice. But yeah, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch. I wanted both just because in the instance where he wants to stay in with Slowbro or Manaphy, I can go for that T-Bolt and do a lot of damage, or even the Drifblim. I can I can stay in and just go for Thunderbolt, but I'd most likely be going for Volt Switch against those Pokemon. And then Overheat just for my strongest move. Hits the Whimsicott, hits the Mega Lopunny, hits the Jirachi. Just, hits everything, except for that Darmanitan, but that's fine. So I haven't had the battle. I'm actually gonna have the battle in about, I'm having it at high noon. We are dueling at high noon. And it's like 9:20ish right now, or it is 9:20. So having the battle in, let me guess, 3 hours and 40 minutes. So that's cool. Wish me luck. I really want to win this, but it's gonna be really hard. His team is insane. So yeah, it's whatever. By the way, my opponent's channel will be in the description, so make sure you go check out his channel for his perspective of the battle. And yeah, that's gonna be the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.